How you doing, Aries? Celtic cross for Aries. The Magician. Could have Gemini or Mercury energy. Could have Virgo or Gemini in your chart. Or you could be dealing with one. But this is you, the Magician, trying to manifest something. Bringing something in your thought into the tangible world. Bringing your desires, using the objects and the energies around you to manifest your desires into existence. Well, maybe that wasn't an accident. Wheel of Fortune. You feel like you're Wheel of Fortune, if that's the issue, that's the main issue. You're waiting for a turn of the wheel. You're waiting for your big break. You're waiting for, I don't know, like the roads to open. You've been feeling blocked for a really long time, or there is some kind of, it's like no matter what you were trying to manifest, that's what's been stopping you from manifesting. It was maybe that there's these relationships or cycles that you failed to close out yet, or they weren't really quite done with you. And maybe it was that's what it is. It was your Sati, your Saturn, you know, like the Saturn positions and alignments. Like Saturn was in your house of Capricorn. It's like your Saturn return, and it's been hard for you. Been a hard 7 years. And you may have felt like there was a curse on you, or somebody was trying to intentionally block your path and your way, trying to keep you stuck. It was like no matter what I was doing or what I was trying to do, where I was trying to go, how productive I am. It's like no matter what I try to do, it's like there's always interruptions, issues, troubles. And it's like I'm waiting. It's like, God, when will I get a break? When will it get easier? Why does it always have to be a battle to just do anything? There's going to be an ending, though. You've been waiting for, you're like hoping for the turn of the wheel. You're hoping for like movement and like, you know, something good to finally happen. I feel like this waiting is going to come to an end, though. There was a tower, that's your foundation. It's a quick, sudden, and unexpected ending. It's Mars energy. Shit was like, just came down. And it's like, I feel like whatever waiting that you were doing, it's going to come to an end. Maybe somebody was trying to do some kind of spell work on you too, or maybe you felt like you were trying to manifest something and it just, it's just not, it worked for a little while. Maybe it could have been the alignments, and it's not always spell work because it's like a really small percentage of people who actually mess with magic or, you know, witchcraft or Wicca or anything like that. And maybe it could have just been your Saturn return. Then, you know, it could have just been the hell 7 years, and it's almost finally kind of like Saturn's like on its way to kind of move on and move out into the next house. Like, thank God. Whatever stagnancy that you're having, and there's a huge change that happened within your life, like a new beginning and ending, or you're waiting for a new, better beginning and, you know, an ending to the wait. And I feel like there will be something that is, there'll be movement. There'll be movement. Aries, I see you all over the spread. In the past is the Fool. Starting off into a new journey. Maybe something definitely new, because it seems like you're definitely a novice into this. Like it's a new path, a new job endeavor, a new creative field, a new job field. And it's like maybe even a move. But I feel like whatever this ending that happened, this change that went about in your life, you know, it feels scary, but I feel like it's going to be rewarding, because it's like you have a certain goal. You have a certain goal. It's like, okay, I feel blocked. I feel like I can't move. I feel like nothing I do is working, but I have a goal and I won't be deterred and I won't be thrown off my path. And if you get in my way of that path, then I'm going to run you over with my horse, you know? Now, the future. The best that can be accomplished at present in your goals is to be victorious, to be seen as victorious. It's like maybe you took some kind of risk and you've left a job that you hated and you wanted to start your own business. And people were like, oh, it's never going to happen for you. This isn't going to work, you know? Or maybe that's a bad idea. And it's like, well, you know, you kind of wanted to show them, you know? Maybe even sense of like just ridiculous stubbornness. Like, you know, it's like, okay, you tell me that this isn't gonna happen or it can't happen. Well, let me show you how I'm gonna do it. Let me show you how it's gonna happen. And it's like that's your goal, the best that you can be accomplished is to working through it, is to being seen as victorious. And maybe you're getting some kind of like, you know, accolades or attention in some kind of way. And now that you're getting this attention, now that you ended this situation, now that you're creating a new turn of the wheel, I feel like somebody wants to give you some kind of offer. Maybe an apology, of like a friendship, or just like even like a date. They want to get to know you, they want to invite you out, or they want to offer you something, whether it's a cup of emotion, an apology, you know, or something like that. But somebody wants to give you something, an offer. I mean, it could have been a friend situation, it could have been a job, it could have been a romantic situation. I'm not sure what it is. But it's like now that you kind of block them off, like it's like you demolish the really old building that you were living in that was not safe otherwise. It's like it had to be demolished, because it's like these stragglers would try to come in and, you know, play like firehouse, and then it's a fire hazard, it's a risk hazard, it's a health hazard. And it's like I have to demolish the building, and because it's like the safest thing to do for the public, and it's the safest thing to do for, you know, like my town and the people in it, and, you know, what I got going on, my employees, my family, my job, my goals, my, you know. It's like I had to demolish it, or else, you know, people would come in and they could hurt themselves. And if they hurt themselves, they could sue the city. And if they sue the city, then I'll have to pay this big payout. And it's just not worth it's not worth the risk. It's like you're trying to take a planned risk, a premeditated risk. I mean, at first it wasn't premeditated, but it's like maybe you could have, you feel like you didn't think out things as much, but you kind of were listening to your intuition. You're like, whatever, no matter the issue, I'm just going to make it work, because I feel like I had to, because I was miserable where I was. And that's why I wanted to move on. But it's like you have some kind of movement, some new passionate start. And maybe you found some kind of information, or somebody wants to come towards you. Actually, you have this new passion and drive and energy that's coming up. It's like you've gotten your zeal back, and your zest and your energy back, and you're ready to, like, put time and work into something that you're passionate about. It's something new, something that you're definitely could be new in. It could be a person. But you feel like you're having a new passionate start. Whatever spell work that they were trying to do, if they were blocking your manifestations, I feel like there's going to be an end to that. I feel like mainly it's the alignments. It was Saturn, kind of feeling like Saturn was sitting on your head, But I feel like you're starting to feel the movements already, and you're starting to re-energize again. Your environment, your home, your surroundings, and that which is outside of yourself, and how others perceive you. They see you walking away. You're trying to manifest a dream into this existence. And maybe it hasn't worked, but I feel like intuitively you feel like it will. And it's like, well, because there's no other option that it won't work, because it has to work, because I'm going to go ahead and stay resilient to the situation, even despite the evidence that it would work out. It's like you have this intuitive nudge and feeling to keep going down the certain directions. And I feel like you are being guided by spirit. You may have had an intuitive dream recently, intuitive messages. And it's like you want to go towards something that's emotionally fulfilling and make a dream come true. Your hopes and fears of attaining the goal, and the lesson to be learned blocking your development. The Empress. They could have Taurus in your chart, or you could, or have it highly aspected. Now, the Empress could be a mother. Maybe you could be a mother. Maybe you're dealing with a mother. And it's like you're trying to, when you're trying to manifest something, when you're pregnant and you're trying to develop a baby within you, inside of you, it's something you have to eat that nourishing food. You have to get proper rest. You have to take your vitamins. It's like it's stealing your vitamins and nutrients from your teeth and your bones. Your gums starts to just bleed and get hurt. And, it's like your hair starts to thin, because it's taking all of that energy and work and sustenance, and you're directing it into the baby that's developing inside of you. It could be a pregnancy, it could be a job, it could be a business, something that you're trying to start brand new. I mean, it could have been even a mother figure kind of blocking your path, and, like where you want to go towards. Kind of like trying to manipulate your movements or your direction. And it could be a mother figure, or you could be. And you're like, well, you know, I kind of know it was you. It's like, I know it was you, Fredo, you know, where Fredo tried to set his brother up, Michael Corleone. And then, like, you know, they almost killed him and his family. And then he knew that it was his brother that sold him out. And then it was like, damn, he gave him that kiss of death. And it is like, I knew it was you. And you broke my heart, you know? It's like, yeah, I knew it was you. I knew it was you just trying to put up these roadblocks to try to stop me, to try to, like, you know, sabotage me in a way. And it's like I may have stayed for a little while hoping things would change or improve in some kind of way, but then I found out that it wasn't. It wasn't going to change or improve, and I had to kind of like find my own way in order to kind of really bring something into existence, because it's like every time you work with this person or this job or this environment or situation, they would intentionally try to put blocks on you. And maybe there was like a codependent energy, like whenever you felt like, you know, you weren't doing so well, that you needed the help and extra support. And it was like, it just wasn't forthcoming in the situation. And instead of a help, it became a hindrance. It became a blockage for you. I see a battle coming up. I see some conflict, and I see like two people thinking that they're right and wanting to win, wanting to be seen as victorious. This person is kind of like protecting themselves, how they feel, what they think, their position. And Knight of Swords, and so are you. It's like a battle. Like, and it's a battle for victory. This is like Game of Thrones. It's like whatever this was, it was like instead of a support system, it became like a competition. You know, it became a... And it's like you're not going to stick around and argue with it, because it's like I have better things to do than sit around and argue with you. And it's like this person wanted to argue because it's like, no, wait, you know, you're not done listening to me. Like, because you need to hear my point, and I'm just going to give my point until you understand my point. Because if you understand your point, then you would know I'm right. And then you're like, yeah, no, instead, I'm going to tell you how you wasted my time, and, you know, I'm going to hurt your feelings now. But I feel like, you know, I don't know. It's like you both want to be victorious, and this person is defending themselves against you now. It's like, because then it feels like they pushed you into a corner. They pushed the honey badger into the corner thinking that it would be a good meal. And then you came out like and chopped off their limb, you know? And it's like, dude, I told you to leave me alone. I'm manifesting. You know, it's like I didn't want to have to end it like this, but if you're going to force me to, then I will. You're trying to leave behind problematic energies behind. And you're no longer letting people put up their idea or perspective or opinions as into like a way to affect your direction in your life. And I feel like you're going to be victorious if you cut these people out. And I feel like you even told this person how you felt before, and there was some kind of blowout, and maybe it could have been a little more harsher than you you expected it to be, or you wanted it to be. But it was like you held on to it so much, like you just kind of exploded, and you came off a lot harsher than you wanted to. But it was like you were pissed, like you felt like you were being disrespected, and you had to stake your claim. What's this Wheel of Fortune? What's this Wheel of Fortune? Three of Wands in reverse. So this could have been somebody who betrayed you in the past, or somebody that you felt betrayed by. Like I said, like with that Michael Corleone, the Godfather, like, goddamn, I knew it was you, Fredo, And it's like, I gotta put an end to it, although it breaks my heart. I thought it would get better, but it turns out it's not. And I knew it was you, and I gotta let go because I feel like you're gonna drown me if not, And it was blocking my manifestations and my movement. And I feel like in a way it was pretty intentional. Like they were doing it on purpose. Look, you're finally going to get this ending. Right after the Tower. Right after you end this and walk away from it. Maybe it could have been Saturn just finally moving. Thank God. Oh. I don't know. But this is change. Your goal is to be victorious, to be seen as victorious, to be happy, a happy home, happy emotional fulfillment within the home. And what is just before you? Judgment. Somebody's, oh, look at that. Somebody wants to kind of give you an offer and you're being totally defensive of it because you feel like you have to protect yourself because this person has screwed you over from the past, or this person has like threw you off track in the past, and this person like just gives you bad vibes, and it tries to give you some kind of head trips, and it's like you're trying to protect yourself from that. I feel like you know this person screwed you over. Oh, excuse me. Ace of Wands and Judgment. You're making a final judgment of a new passionate beginning. Moving on to something new that you're more passionate about. Eight of Cups. You're still going towards what you hope to manifest, what you hope to create. And even though things seem impossible, I feel like you're still trying to push through it, and you're trying to still be victorious because it's a dream that you've always had. I feel like you feel like it's not happening quick enough for you, or, like maybe it's like I've waited so long and I've tried so hard and I've planted all of these seeds, and yet how long will it take for the fruit to come in? It's like I put in so much work already, and it's like no matter what I do, it just, I'm not getting out what I'm putting into it. And if I do, it's like everything that comes in to interrupt you. It's like, I feel like Knight of Swords. I feel like a soulmate is going to come in and start a lot of shit with you. And you're going to have to hurt their feelings again. Because it's like they're not getting the point. What's underneath? Because you're standing your ground because you're birthing something into existence. And hell or high water, it's like, I'm going to get my shit done. I'll be victorious. And it's like, I feel like a past soulmate is going to come in. You could have been in some kind of depression or thinking about some past events or thinking about a past relationship. You know, if you're thinking about somebody that you haven't think of in a really, really long time and it's like coming out of nowhere and it's just in your mental headspace all of a sudden, like consistently, it's because they're thinking about you. And they're kind of pulling on your energy because it's like, you know, maybe they didn't get to this in the past, or maybe they didn't want to really invest in the past, and maybe they even thought that you were stagnant in some kind of way, or that you would wait for them, and it turns out you're not waiting for anybody, and you're not stagnant either. You've been working this whole time. And I feel like if this past soulmate or these past soulmates, these energies, I feel like if they come back again, you're going to cut them out. Because it's like they kind of screwed you over in the past. And now you're just trying to manifest your own abundance. You may have felt like you always needed that extra help, that you needed that extra support. And it's like whenever you did seek it, it turned out to be a freaking nightmare. And it's like, well, no, I got to stand up for myself and I got to manifest it for myself, because every time you bring somebody into the fold, they kind of just screw it up for you. Like, even though they think they might be helping, it turns out they weren't, because they had a strong idea of what they think that it should look like or be like, you know. And I feel like if you cut off the situation, I feel like a past soulmate wants to come in and communicate with you. And I feel like this is a person who screwed you over in the past. And I feel like, you know, I see cutthroat. I see you speaking your mind. And it's like, oh, God, why are you here now? You know? It's like, I think I had enough of you. Could you spare me your presence? You know? Because this person like kind of screwed you over. It's like you're not going to open the door for them to screw you over again. It's like, why would anybody want that? Like, why? Why would anybody want that? I don't know. So somebody was trying to run from their own grief and loss by possibly sleeping with a bunch of people or trying to sleep with you. Because, like, this is a kind of person who is unable to be alone. Maybe they need that attention, or maybe they're used to getting it whenever they want that attention. And it's like when they don't get it, it's like it's a huge ego, like it's a huge ego hit, you know, for them. It's a huge ego blow for them. If you're going through any kind of loss and isolation, I think you're trying to perfect something in the spiritual business or a spiritual path. And you're isolating in order to do so as a way to like heal your own grief. And also to follow a path that you feel divinely guided towards. That will lead you to your abundance. Look at that. Aries. It could be a spiritual path or a journey or a practice that you're coming into. And I feel like it will lead you to where you got going, as long as you're able to maintain your boundaries and not get deterred from your direction. But that's what I got from your Aries. And I'll talk to you later. Love you lots. Bye.